everyone, it's Sarah, and today I have another subscriber requested video for you. So I was recently asked to do like a boss lady video, like fragrances that smell like, you know, a powerful woman, a woman in charge. Like if you were a boss lady, what would you want to smell like? And I have a ton of fragrances that I think definitely work for that. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to start with the fragrance that I'm wearing today. This is one of my, I would say this is probably one of my fragrances for life. Like definitely in my top 15 fragrances for life. I adore this fragrance. This is Dior Addict, and I see people talk about this one a lot in like date night scents or like going out. I hear it being referred to a lot as like a nighttime scent. I am wearing this today. It's in the middle of the summer. It's like we're having a really gross rainy day, and it's only, I think it's only gotten up into the like low 70s today, so it's pretty cool outside. But I'll wear this perfume anytime. Like in my mind, this is not a date night scent. It's not a it's like not a nighttime scent. This is like an anytime scent for me. But this is definitely a boss lady scent. This is like what a powerful woman would smell like in my mind. She smells fierce all of the time. Now, all of these fragrances that I'm going to share with you today, besides a couple of them, are definitely all fierce fragrances. This would be my top pick, though. I think if I were like a boss lady, this would be my signature scent. I would wear this all the time because anybody that smells this on you is going to know that you mean business. This is... oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It's dark, it's spicy, it's rich, it's resinous, it's vanilla heavy. It's like everything I love in a fragrance, which is why it's like literally one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I could have to wear this fragrance every day for the rest of my life, and I'd be a happy camper. I love it so much. And I've got this formulation, which is the newest formulation. I also have a bottle of the 2002 formulation, the original. And they're so similar. I don't think that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm so happy to have my bottle of the original formulation, but I don't feel like you're missing anything. If you've only got this formulation, you are not missing anything. They're so similar, and yeah, they're so similar. They're not different enough that, you know, that you aren't getting the full experience of this one. This new formulation is still fantastic. It's still beautiful. It is still strong, long-lasting. I get all day out of this fragrance. That's another thing. This is a super beast, very long-lasting, just a fantastic all around, very boss lady smelling scent. I adore this. So that is the first one, Dior Addict. And I love this bottle. I hope they never ever change the packaging, and I hope they never discontinue this because, oh my gosh, I will go crazy and I will stock up like mad because I can't be without that fragrance ever in my collection. Okay, this next one is a Boss Lady Rose scent. This is definitely, in my mind, and even the bottle looks super fierce. This is a Burberry Body. This is the Roja Parfums Intense formulation, though. This is beautiful. This gives me, like, I almost get... I almost get my Burberry vibes from this. But this is much fresher smelling than my Burberry, and it's also much more rose heavy. It's got that beautiful, crisp, fresh rose note in the center. But then all of the supporting notes kind of give it that My Burberry vibe. My Burberry is definitely a boss lady fragrance in my opinion as well. But this is beautiful. This is like a boss lady. If you want to smell fierce, but you still want to smell fresh. This is a powerful fragrance. It's just a beautiful, classy, sophisticated smelling floral. It still has a cleanliness to it, but it still is like a I don't know if you've ever smelled my Burberry, you know, that's kind of a fierce floral too. And a lot of people say it smells like an English garden, and it kind of does, but these are like beast fragrances too. This lasts forever on me. I can spray this on in the morning and this will get me through an entire workday. This just smells classy and expensive and like a beautiful, classy, expensive, fierce fragrance. I just love it. So this is like a boss lady floral, in my opinion. It's just beautiful. It smells classy. It smells expensive. It just smells beautiful. So anyways, that is my Burberry. Sorry, no. So that is Burberry Body Eau de Parfum Intense. And I'm so glad that I have this huge bottle of it. It's such a stunning bottle too. I mean, I could totally see that on some like powerful boss lady's vanity that she like has to wear power suits to work. Okay, this next one is definitely, this is like pure luxury, which is why it reminds me of a boss lady. Not only that, the scent is really, really beautiful too. This is Roja Parfums, and this is 51. This is the Elixir. Yeah, this is the 51 Elixir. So this one is a little bit softer, not so loud as the original Elixir Parfum, not Elixir, the original 51 Parfum. This is beautiful. This is floral, spicy, and like with a very, very well-rounded vanilla note in it. So it's like a spicy floral, but it's got a creaminess to it. It's very soft. It's like soft around the edges. But it is a boss lady fragrance. Like this smells expensive, like luxury. Like you will be taken seriously in this fragrance. There's nothing juvenile smelling about it. It does have a touch of sweetness, but this is like pure sophistication. This is a beautiful, like if you want a fragrance that you don't want to smell like anything in particular, you don't want to smell like flowers, you don't want to smell like fruits, you don't want to smell overly spicy, you don't want to smell too sweet, this is like the perfect fragrance. It's so well blended and so well rounded. There's nothing that stands out. Nobody would smell you and say, oh, she's got a floral perfume on, or oh, she's got a fruity perfume on. It's just so beautiful and well rounded. I love this. This is like, yeah, this is such a beautiful, luxurious, expensive, fierce smelling boss lady perfume. So that is Roja Parfums 51, the Elixir formulation. Okay. FedEx is pulling up with my dinner box, so my dogs are probably going to start barking soon. Okay, this next one is an absolute classic and such a boss lady perfume. This takes a special kind of lady to pull this perfume off anyways, but this formulation is particularly forgiving. Even I can wear it. This is Guerlain Shalimar Eau de Toilette, and this formulation in particular, the Eau de Toilette formulation, is so warm and classy and fierce smelling. It's such a beautiful, spicy vanilla bomb. I love this. Once it gets on the skin and dries down, it surrounds you in the most beautiful, warm, spicy vanilla cocoon. It is so classic smelling, so fierce. It takes a very fierce woman to be able to pull off a fragrance like this, like as an everyday fragrance. But I could totally see like a boss lady wearing this, like a powerful lawyer or somebody that just has so much confidence. It's such a stunning fragrance and I love it. It totally smells like a boss lady to me. So anyways, that is Shalimar Eau de Toilette. Okay, this next one is a discontinued one, but I could not include this in this video. You can get a dupe of this fragrance from Dior. I don't know how good of a dupe it is, but this perfume is such a fierce boss lady perfume to me. Like I could totally imagine this being like a really powerful woman's signature scent. This is Midnight Poison from Dior, and This is a very, very patchouli heavy rose. I love this fragrance so much. I don't even want to spray it because I've only got like half a bottle of it and I don't want to waste even a single spray. But it is the most beautiful dark patchouli and rose. It's such a beautiful, unique, like spicy, resinous patchouli and rose fragrance. I love this. Every time I smell this, it reminds me of like a boss lady, for sure. This lady is fierce. This lady does not care about what is appropriate for daytime or nighttime as far as perfume goes. She wears what she wants to wear, when she wants to wear it, no matter what time of the year it is, and she smells like this all the time. Like, to me, this is a boss lady. Oh, it is so stunning. So that is Midnight Poison from Dior. Gosh, I wish they would bring that back out too. I don't know why they discontinued anything from the Poison line. It's like, oh, the Poison line is the best. Okay, this next one, this one reminded me of a boss lady, like when I bought it and every time I wore it. I think I told you guys, this is like what I want to smell like and what I want people to associate with me. This is a Sylvaine Delacourte fragrance and this is called Virgile, and this is a beautiful, like herbaceous vanilla fragrance. It's got sage in it. It's like vanilla, sage, and some other things, but I get the vanilla and the sage most prominently. This is beautiful. This is so classy smelling. This one, I wouldn't say it smells fierce, but it's not like Midnight Poison or like 51 or like Dior Addict. It definitely doesn't smell fierce, but it smells so classy and so expensive. It's definitely the most expensive smelling vanilla fragrance that I have in my collection. It is just such a gorgeous, unique, classy, expensive smelling vanilla, and I could definitely see this being a boss lady's signature scent. She smells like this all the time. She smells like class. She smells like luxury. She smells expensive. That is this. But she still wants to be somewhat approachable. Some of the other ones, like the Midnight Poison, the 51, Dior Addict, Shalimar Eau de Toilette, those are not the most approachable fragrances in the world. Like, those don't scream like I'm really nice, I'm approachable. This one is more, it's like I'm still expensive and I still smell like money and I'm still super classy, but I'm super approachable too. That's what this one reminds me of. This is such a stunning fragrance. This would be my signature scent, like if I had to be like a boss lady and I could only have one fragrance, this would be it because it's more approachable than the others. So anyways, that is Virgile from Sylvaine Delacourte. This is a fun video to make. I didn't realize like how fun this was gonna be. Okay, I've got another Boss Lady vanilla here. And I almost pulled out my Van Cleef & Arpels Orchid Vanille, but I don't think that is Boss Lady. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, it's got like chocolate, it's sweet, it's definitely an interesting vanilla, but it's not Boss Lady vanilla. But this next one to me is. This is Lalique Le Parfum, and this definitely smells more Boss Lady. This would be like a Boss Lady vanilla. This one is now this is a beautiful sweet vanilla, but this has this like a hawthorn note in it. And that hawthorn note either makes it or breaks it for people. People either really, really love it because it's very different smelling, or they really, really hate it because it makes it not smell like a traditional vanilla anymore, which is what I really love about it. This is like a fierce smelling vanilla. This is like a grown woman. I don't want to smell like a juvenile sweet confection. I want to smell serious. I want to be taken seriously. But I still love vanilla. I'm still, you know, I'm still kind of basic at heart. I still want to smell expensive. I still want to smell classy. And I want to be taken seriously. That's kind of what this reminds me of. I also get like weird Lagerfeld Sun, Moon, and Star vibes from this. It kind of gives me Sun, Moon, and Star vibes, which I think could also be a Boss Lady fragrance if it was still around. I definitely think that would be a Boss Lady, like a good Boss Lady fragrance. But yeah, this is a beautiful, unique, very grown woman Boss Lady vanilla fragrance. So that is Lalique Le Parfum. This next one, this is just a Boss Lady fragrance. I don't care. I mean, I just don't even care. Like, this to me is a complete Boss Lady fragrance. This is Lancome Oud Bouquet. And this is for floral woody lovers that want to smell absolutely grown. It's just beautiful. And I've got the newer formulation, which I love the newer formulation so much more than the older one. The oud is still super, super prominent, but it's got less of that kind of burnt rubber note that the original had. This is beautiful. This is like sweet candied rose and oud. Very grown woman smelling though, like not just anybody can pull this fragrance off. It's definitely like anybody of any age can wear any fragrance that they want for sure. But I feel like this is very, very grown woman. This is very expensive smelling. It's very, very Boss Lady smelling. It's definitely a fierce fragrance. It's definitely like, I mean business, but this is another one that because of the kind of candied rose aspect to it, or aspect of it, it still smells very approachable. So this is another like the Sylvaine Delacourte kind of fragrance where, but this is much more fierce, I think, than the Sylvaine Delacourte, but this is still very approachable. This is still like, you're a Boss Lady, you're definitely like classy and you smell expensive, but you still smell approachable. So anyways, yeah, that is Lancome Oud Bouquet. I've always felt like that is a total Boss Lady fragrance. Okay, this next one is a Boss Lady tuberose, and even the bottle screams Boss Lady. This is Alexander McQueen, McQueen Parfum, and this is a gorgeous Boss Lady tuberose. This is a dark, and not like super dark. It's still definitely like a bubblegummy type tuberose, but it's definitely a darker take on tuberose. I think it's got some spices in it. I think it's got maybe some sandalwood in the base, if I remember correctly. It's just a beautiful, fierce smelling tuberose. Like I say, it is still like a bubblegummy tuberose, but this one dries down on the skin so beautifully and kind of in more of a dark way. It's just a beautiful Boss Lady tuberose fragrance. Like if I had to pick out a tuberose fragrance that I felt like smells expensive and smells like a Boss Lady, this is definitely it. So this is McQueen Parfum from Alexander McQueen. Okay, this next one is like a Boss Lady freshie. This is Shiseido Zen, and this has always reminded me of a Boss Lady too. This is like a woman who owns her own chain of day spas. She's super wealthy. She tries to visit at least one of her spas once a day, so she'll pop in and say hello to everybody. And this is what she smells like. She smells fresh, she smells clean, but she smells super classy and super expensive. That's what Shiseido Zen reminds me of. I get Chanel vibes from Shiseido Zen. It really does have kind of a Chanel DNA to it, so it definitely smells expensive and classic. and classy. It's gorgeous. So that is Shiseido Zen. Figure I better quit rambling about each one so much because I still have 5 more to get through. Okay, this next one is, to me, I struggled with this one because to me it reminds me of a boss lady if she were very traditional, very classic. This is the woman who wears crisp white button-up shirts every single day, and she just changes out her suits. But she's always in a crisp white button-up, and maybe halfway through the day she gets warm, so she takes it off, and she looks super classy, super classic. She's always in the same crisp white button-up shirt, but with different pants and different heels every day. She's got very tailored clothing, very simple taste. She maybe just wears, you know, simple diamond studs in her ears. She's very much of a minimalist. This is the fragrance I think that kind of boss lady would wear. And this is Guerlain Idylle, or Idylle. This is a beautiful, musky floral. If you like Narciso Rodriguez, the original Narciso, the one in the black bottle, the Eau de Toilette, then you know what this smells like. This is very, very similar to Narciso. And it is the most beautiful, clean, classy, musky floral fragrance. This is like I say, a boss lady signature, but she is a different kind of boss lady. She is very, I wouldn't even call her fierce. She's fierce in her simplicity. She's almost unapproachable in her perfection, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. Beautiful, I love it. I could definitely see that kind of a woman wearing this kind of a fragrance. So anyways, that is Guerlain Idylle. This is the Eau de Parfum. Next is another Poison, and I think every single Poison fragrance, except for the Poison Girl fragrances, but every other Poison fragrance I think is definitely a boss lady fragrance. This is another fragrance for another woman just like the one I just described. She's very simple in her approach. She's very traditional. She's very classy, and she knows exactly what she likes. She has a very specific taste, which is very traditional. I think she would wear Pure Poison. This is another beautiful, classic, clean, white floral fragrance. This can be worn any time of year too, so this would definitely be her signature. She would always smell like Pure Poison. Again, crisp, white, tailored button-up shirts, tailored suits, simple jewelry, hair pulled back in a low, slick back ponytail. Like, I could just see her. She's like I said before, she's unapproachable in her perfection, but she wears an approachable scent, because she really just prefers to smell clean. That's what Pure Poison is. It always reminds me of that type of a woman, and it definitely smells like a boss lady. So anyways, that is Pure Poison from Dior. Okay, this next one is a boss lady Amber. This is another fierce woman. She doesn't care. She's the same woman that would wear Dior Addict, but her signature scent is L'Eau d'Ambre Extreme from L'Artisan Parfums. Or L'Artisan Parfumeur. Yeah. This is hands down one of my favorite ambers in my collection. This is an incredibly fierce smelling amber. It is a traditional smelling resinous amber, but this has got a ton of vanilla in it that kind of softens the edges. But it is still a very traditional, very resinous amber. This is a fierce woman. This is a no-nonsense kind of lady. Again, seasons are out the window. Times of day when something is appropriate is out the window. She wears this all the time. It's her signature scent. And she smells warm and resinous and yummy and slightly sweet. And she's got a slight air of mystery to her because nobody can figure out what kind of fragrance she wears, because it's very non-traditional. but very classy and very expensive smelling. Such a beautiful fragrance. I love this. If I were that kind of a boss lady, like if I were super fierce, I would wear this every day. So anyways, that is L'Eau d'Ombre Extreme from L'Artisan Parfumeur. Next is another very classic traditional woman. She has worn this same fragrance for the past 20 years. She has always been super fierce, but again, she's very traditional. She loves to smell warm and like warm florals. This is Dior J'adore, and this is such a beautiful grown woman floral. It is super classic and super expensive smelling. It's like a beautiful, expensive smelling, warm floral. Very traditional. This is another one that, this woman's more approachable. She's not so fierce. She's still a boss lady, but she's another traditional woman. Again, I could see this lady being simplistic in her appearance. She wears the same black winged eyeliner and red lipstick every single day. She wears, again, a crisp white button-up shirt, but she's a little bit more approachable with her beautiful warm floral fragrance. This is such a boss lady fragrance. This is an absolute like perfect signature, and like I say, this woman has been wearing J'adore for the past 20 years. Or let's say past 15 years. So anyways, that is Dior J'adore, such a beautiful boss lady fragrance. And then last but not least is one that if I were a boss lady, this would definitely be a contender for a signature scent. This is Chloe Nomade Absolu de Parfum, and oh, this is such a beautiful fragrance. This is, I believe it's like Mirabelle Plum and lots of oak moss. I believe it's supposed to be a Chypre style fragrance, though it's not like a traditional Chypre. But this is a boss lady. This is a beautiful, mysterious, like nobody would know what to think or what you were wearing. It's not floral, it's not fruity, it's not anything distinct. This is very much like the Roja Parfums 51. They don't smell anything alike, but they're those same types of perfume where you can't pick out anything in particular. You're not going to smell floral, you're not going to smell fruity, you're not going to smell gourmand, you're not going to smell sweet. Though there is a very slight sweetness in this, and it does have a beautiful kind of fuzzy muskiness to it. It's just beautiful. It's classy smelling, it's expensive smelling, it's mysterious smelling. This one is, again, a little bit more approachable than some of the others on the list, but it's still definitely a beautiful, like, boss lady fragrance. It's fierce. It's not one that just anybody can pull off. So anyways, that is the last one on my list. That is Chloe Absolu de Parfum. So I had fun doing this video, you guys. It was super fun to go through all my fragrances and think of the type of woman, the type of boss lady that would wear these different types of fragrances, and then like concocting her in my imagination. I had so much fun doing it. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.